Hello and welcome to How to Get the Most Out of the Teacher Learning Community, presented by Kimberly Warrner, that's me, brought to you by Simple K-12. A couple of quick housekeeping items before we start here. I encourage you, if you're joining us live, go ahead, send out a tweet about today's free live event. Invite your Twitter followers to join in our free live event here today. Make sure to include a link. That's so they can join for free, and of course the hashtag #SK12. You can also connect with us on Twitter at SimpleK12 or at TLC_EDU. Take notes and chat with webinar attendees in the back channel this hour. I'm going to make sure to send that link out to you all again. It is an optional chat area. However, it's a lot of fun to connect with other educators from around the world, see what they're doing and what their questions are, connect with them, collaborate with them during the live sessions. This hour, I really want to focus on you all, questions from the audience. This is all about getting the most out of your membership, tips and tools over at SimpleK12.com to make sure you're really getting the most out of your membership. So please don't be shy. Write in your questions inside that GoToWebinar questions box. Tends to be to the top right of your screen. Expand and collapse with that red orange arrow. Put your question or comment inside there, and I'm going to be here answering questions. I also have Lori from Simple K12 helping out answering questions behind the scenes this hour as well. Just a little bit more about me. I am the community manager here at Simple K12. Look forward to connecting with you all inside the community. If I haven't seen you already, this is what I look like inside there, my avatar and my display name, Kimberly_SK12. This is what I look like in real life. Of course, I'm wearing my blue bunny slippers. We don't go anywhere without them here at Simple K12. We love to have fun while we're learning, and that's why we do our PD and our PJs, professional development in pajamas. And I look forward to connecting with you all later on inside the teacher learning community. Again, remember, submit your questions. Don't be shy. Really want to focus on you all, your questions, your comments. So let me know if you have any. I'm going to be checking that GoToWebinar questions box as we go through the live session. So I'm going to go ahead, jump over to SimpleK12.com and get started with this hour's orientation webinar. So first and foremost, how do you get the most out of your membership? Well, let's start with the simplest response to that. Number one, make sure you're signed in to the website. A lot of people forget this very easy, very simple first step to take. Always make sure you're signed in. Another thing I want to point out here, if you haven't signed up yet, you can sign up for free. There is a new here sign up link. Also, if you've forgotten your password, also very easy to retrieve your password here. Just click that forgot password link. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. You can sign into the teacher learning community anytime, anywhere. Once you have your membership, you use the same email and the same password to sign in, any computer, any mobile device, anywhere you are. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and you'll know very easily when you're signed into the website because there's this very nice profile box here on the right-hand side. So now everywhere you go on the website at SimpleK12.com, once you're signed in, you'll see your profile photo here, your display name, inbox favorites, and then the option to sign out. And of course you want to sign out when you're finished, especially if you're on a public computer at your school or someplace public, because that membership really is for you and you only. So you don't want someone else poking around in there under your information that's going to tie back to you. You want to make sure you're the only one using your membership, so it's important to point out that sign out button as well. I'm going to jump over to my profile, point out a couple of other things here. A very commonly asked question I get is, how do I change my profile picture? And you can change it by simply clicking on your profile picture here. You'll have a default when you first sign in as a new member, and you want to make sure to change that out to something that represents you, whether that's a picture, whether it's an avatar, whether it's your favorite sports team, whether it's a pet, whatever it might be, something fun, whatever you'd like to put in as your photo there. You can see on the right-hand side of my connection, someone's put in their dog, someone's put in their favorite sports team, there's avatar, good mixture of different options. Really anything you want, you could put in there. Also, I'm going to jump over to edit profile. You really want to make sure, first thing, to make sure your profile is completely up to date. Your primary email address, that's going to be the email that you attend your webinars with, so make sure it matches up there. You sign in with it, and that's going to be where all your webinar confirmations come and all of that good stuff. Make sure your info here is up to date. Fill in that About Me info, your Twitter handle, your blog or website, all of that good stuff, and of course, click Update where you're finished. This is also going to be where you change your password at the top. So your profile is a very important thing to pay attention to. This is where you're going to fill in all of your information so that you can start connecting and learning with other educators like you. You'll get to see their profiles, they'll get to see you, and that's how it all gets started. You can also see your membership info here. You can see when your full access expires if you have it. You can see your member type as well. A great place to get started. Just make sure your profile is up to date, ready to go. Now, next thing I want to point out before I jump over to some of the fun stuff is if I don't get to your question today, or if I missed something that you have a question about later, you can always reach us at the Help tab here on the upper right-hand side of the community. If you jump over to the Help tab, this is going to be the place to get your questions answered from a simple K-12 team member. So if you have a technical question, a question about the website later on, come over here and ask it inside the help desk, and it's actually very helpful, believe it or not. You can start typing in your question, and it'll try to autofill it for you. So when I started typing in certificate, you can see, oh, lots of certificate of completion questions here. You can jump over to the FAQ, learn more about whatever question you had, and if you still have a question, you're always welcome to ask it. Submit your question to a simple K-12 team member. We'll get back to you. Make sure all of your questions about the site get answered. Now, if you have a question for others, if you have a question about a good resource, or you're looking for a new activity to do in your classroom or want to share something great that you're doing, the place for that is really in the forums. So a little bit different. So help is really just when you need help about the site. Or from a simple K-12 member. But if you want help, from educators in general, or you're looking to share with educators, you're going to want to use the forums for that. And we can touch on that a little bit later if we have any other questions about the forums. But that's a whole nother area to get started on. We can learn about that in just a minute here. So jumping back here to the main site, this is what you'll see when you land on simpleK12.com and you're signed in. Another very commonly asked question is, where do I start? There are so many resources inside simpleK12.com. What do I do first? And really the answer to that is first just to look inward a little bit and ask yourself first and foremost, what are my goals? What are my short-term goals, long-term goals as a professional? What am I looking to do? And it just popped up, so I'll bring it up here. Common Core, for example, is a very big thing that we're hearing a lot about here inside the United States. About 46 states have adopted Common Core. There are a few who haven't, Texas and a few others, but for many of us here in the U.S., Common Core is a big topic, so we have a category on that. Many people are getting iPads or other mobile devices in the classroom. You might be wondering about how to implement those. We have a whole section on that. Maybe you're a special education teacher, so you're interested in special education. Maybe school safety is an important topic to you right now in your school. You're looking at maybe making some changes to your school safety plans, or just looking to learn more about cyberbullying. Definitely very important topics. They're always important no matter what grade level or subject you're in. Maybe you're interested in STEM resources and topics. So whatever you might be interested in, start out with that. Start small. Find that one webinar that you want to start with. I'm just going to jump into this one as an example. Again, with that full access membership, you can watch it as many times as you like. Once you have access to the webinar, you can skip around, watch as much as you like. Start there, and when you watch one or two webinars, you'll find that it really snowballs, really gets you involved. One webinar, you're in a webinar about science, and then you learn about NASA. Go take a look at some of our NASA webinars. We have more in depth on that. Or maybe you learn about, tutorials, and you go learn more in our free web tool webinars about how you could use screencasting or tutorials or Khan Academy in the classroom. So once you get started with just that one or two little simple webinars, they'll be so packed full of information. You're always going to learn about something else that gets you excited, gets you motivated, gets you wanting to learn something more that you can use in the classroom with your students. Another great tool to use up here up top is the search bar. So in the catalog here, this is a great place to browse, and what's really nice about the catalog is you can come in, it'll show you the upcoming webinars first and then the on-demand content below. So if you're looking to learn something about STEM, you'll see that stuff right up top. Below you can jump in on demand. And if you have a specific topic that you're looking to learn more on, say it's we're looking to learn about Google Sites. We talked about that a little bit earlier today. Do a search. I love searching under the webinars, but you could also search under the course catalog, shared resources, forums, lots of great options here. Do a search. It'll pull that information right up for you. Again, the live content is listed first, so you can use that one-click webinar registration and register for something live. Or you can come down, watch it on demand, quickly and easily access that material, learn something new right away so you can implement the next day in your classroom. I'm going to jump over, see if we have any additional questions at this time. I want to remind you all, use that GoToWebinar questions box if you do have additional questions. I'm going to jump over to the next tab here. We've talked a little bit about the catalog and the webinars. Let's talk about presenters real quick. This is a great way to learn more about our subject matter experts and connect with them. All of our presenters are members as well. They are active members here inside the teacher learning community, here for you to respond to questions that you have later on. You can learn more about them. We have some featured presenters here at the top. And then you can always click that More button. We'll jump over to Jerry Switek. He's really wonderful. Learn more about them here, a little bit more in depth. And many of them have some fun Q&As and presenter interviews as well, where you can, get a little insight to who they are, their ideas about some things, and there's always some really fun answers to the Q&A down here. Some more formal information here at the top, and the Q&A is a little bit more casual. It's always a lot of fun to look at those. Then here on the left-hand side, you'll see some of his webinars, so you can jump over, learn about any of those. Click here to view all of the webinars with a particular presenter. So again, those upcoming sessions listed first, so you can register for those. And then the on-demand content available as well. You can see Jerry always has lots of positive reviews on his sessions. And another thing I want to point out, I encourage you to connect with all of our presenters as well. Like I mentioned, they are all members inside the teacher learning community. So connect with them. You can see I already have. Click the connect button here. You can send them a message, ask them additional questions, leave them a note, learn more about them, and get to know them a little bit better as well, because all of our presenters, or most of them at least, are active educators still in the field teaching. Jerry is a technology integration specialist, for example, so they're really a lot like you. We're all pretty much an expert at something, and our subject matter experts just maybe a little bit more so than the average person. But they're just like us, and they love hearing from you, connecting with you, answering your questions, and hearing all of your feedback. Next here, I want to point out the shared resources area. This is where you can share what you're an expert at. So we're all an expert at something. So whether you have a great lesson plan or activity sheet, I encourage you to jump in here, share your favorite resources, and then take a second to browse through and take a look at some of the resources in here as well. We have some great material available. You can browse by subject grade and resource type. Thousands of resources in here, and my favorite thing is to look under the recently added. Jump in here, take a look at some of these items. All right, so next here I'm going to jump over to forums. This is a great place to connect with other educators. There's always something going on in the forums, and you can see the recent posts right here at the top. So if People are talking about technology conferences. They're talking about, tips for new members here, learning to blog, Common Core, ideas for special learners in the regular classroom. And when you see something that you're interested in, all you have to do is jump over to that topic area. You can chime in, reply with a comment of your own, or if you want to start your own discussion, just jump into the particular area, start your own new topic so you can bounce around ideas, start connecting with other educators. Next couple of tabs here are really informational tabs. The Schools tab will give you more information about joining the community as a school or a district, so lots of good info on there. Testimonials tabs, that's where we share some of our member stories. If you'd like to hear about what some of our members are saying about the community and what they think, it's a great place to go for there. Love to feature our members here. And let me see if we have any questions before I jump over to some other fun little features that I can cover this hour. Let's see. So there is a question about the favorites. Now this is a relatively new feature, something we added based on member feedback. So members were wanting a way to save their favorite items of the community to come back to them later. So if you head over to the main page, simpleK12.com, when you're signed in, you're going to see this Favorites tab. You can click over to it. You can also get to it with this Favorites link on the upper right-hand side of the community by your profile area. And when you come in here, you can favorite ebooks, webinars, toolkits, discussions, so that it's easy to jump back and find that item later on. So let me show you how to access, oops, just closed out there. Let me show you how to access this when you're going through the different items. So say, for example, I watched a webinar this morning, that Saving Time Grading webinar with Kim Munoz. I just loved it. So I want to come back, watch it again later. Save time and simplify your grading. Right here, you're going to see these little heart icons all through the community. So if you click on that, that's going to add it to your favorites for you. So you see how it's turned into a red heart versus before it's kind of grayed out, like it is down here on Melissa Mann's here. So it's a heart here. And now I can jump over, use that link on the right-hand side, jump back over to my favorites. You can see it's added it alphabetically for me right here, save time and simplify your grading. So later, a couple weeks later, a couple months later, I was thinking, oh man, I really, school year starting, I really want to try out that really cool grading tool I learned about. I don't remember what it's called, but it's in my favorites. So you can jump over to your favorites. It's right here for you. And you can take a look at that webinar. It'll remind you, everything that you may have slipped from your memory since, a couple weeks or a couple months, whatever's gone by. So when you're going through the community, you're going to see these items here. So you can also, of course, remove from favorites as well if you want to. So whether it's in the shared resources, let's jump over to some of these. I'll show you where it is. It's going to be the little shortcut here, or if you're on a specific item, it's going to say add to favorites near that rating. Same with forums. If you're on a specific topic and you want to come back to it later, up at the top here, add to favorites, same deal. And then you can click over to your favorites, take a look at it later. So a course, webinars, live or on demand, ebooks, very easy to keep that all organized in your favorites area. And what's really great about favoriting something that's live, what happens many times, especially if you're fortunate enough to have that full access membership, maybe you see something coming up that you're not able to make it to live, but you would want to watch it later on demand. So let's jump in here, student projects that promote 21st century schools. Maybe I'm looking at this, thinking about joining live, can't make it though at that specific time. If you add it to your favorites, then later on, after that specific date, you can come back to it here in your favorites, and it's going to be available for you here on demand. Of course, to have the on-demand access, you do need full access, but still very convenient, again, to come back and watch it later on demand. So you just have to come back after the live webinar's passed. So it's a great little tip there. Lindsay says that she knows those on-demand webinars are available just for the full access membership, but she's hoping she would be able to see a couple as kind of a sample to show with her school administrator in hopes of getting him to purchase for our school. So Lindsay, couple of things. Number one, if you want to share with your school administration, I would suggest using the Tell Others About the Teacher Learning Community item here at the top, because if you do that, your school administrator under Share with School Administration is going to get a free full access pass to Explore, so they can really get full access to the site. However, for anyone interested to see some, sampling of things that we have available, it won't show up if you have the full access, but if you're just on the main site not signed in, there's a sample content tab here. And this is a great way to take some sample lessons, view some sample premium resources, and some sample webinars as well. So you can come through and watch any of these for free without even being signed in, just so you can get an idea of what it's like. And it's sampled as in there's only a few in here, but it's exactly how it would be if you were signed in with the access. The one difference being you're not signed in, so it's not tracking your completion or anything like that, the transcripts. But you can come in and sample, watch it in full to get a good idea of what it's like. And just happenstance, complete coincidence, one of the webinars today that we had earlier last hour is actually in here. So that would be a good sampling if you watched last hour and you were interested to share that with someone else. So these do change. These are not always the same. They rotate in and out. It's always a different sampling. So again, if you're just at simpleK12.com, the sample content tab will be available, and that's a great way to get a sampling of the self-paced lessons, the ebooks, lots of different sample materials inside there. Of course, once you're signed in with the full access, you'll get even more. And there's even some extra freebies with the basic access as well. Once you're signed in, you have the forums, you have the connections area, you have the redemption center, lots of wonderful bonuses once you're signed in to simpleK12.com. Lindsay, this webinar is available to all under the Getting Started with the Community course. So if you're just on the main site here, listed in the top corner, Getting Started with the Community, this is something that's available to everyone as well. It has an information sheet, a PowerPoint, and the webinar as well to learn more about getting the most out of the membership. So yes, that's available as well. Definitely some good info to pass along. There's some share buttons on all of our courses. You'll see these throughout the community as well if you want to share that. And again, best option here, if you use the share with your school admin here, make sure they get that free full access pass. Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for the question. Glad that helped. And for more information as well, Lindsay, this Schools tab has even more information about school and district licensing. There are some extra benefits. You can do, there's administrator access to the community as well. I'm mainly focusing on the individual access because we have individuals on today, but you can create, custom assignments for your organization, custom training. There's lots of different training incentives for organization. So all of these items here down at the bottom really only apply for site licensing, and it's really because they wouldn't make sense for an individual. So individuals don't necessarily need to have assignments assigned to them. They could just take the training themselves. But with the organization access, you can assign, to different groups of teachers the iPad training or the Common Core training or the subject area specific training, track their progress, look at the reports. Lots of great benefits to joining with the school and district licensing options. So that's kind of a whole nother area of simpleK12.com, the school and district options. Okay, thanks for the questions. Let me see if we have any other questions coming in. Pamela says, when you participate in a forum discussion, are you notified if someone responds to your post? No, Pamela, you're not specifically notified at this time, but some great feedback to think about adding that in later as a potential feature. But what I always recommend doing is favoriting whatever your thread is so that it's super quick and easy to come back for it later. So I'm going to jump over to my favorites to show you. So one that I was interested earlier was this technology assessments thread. So now that I have it in my favorites, I can come in and catch up on it really quickly. And also you'll find yourself, most members find themselves kind of signing into the community every day just to see what's new and what's going on, just a couple of minutes at lunch or whenever you have a quick minute. And what's also really nice, when you jump over to the forums, you can view the recent posts right here at the top. And when there's something new, there'll be a little icon like there is on webinars here for me under, you know, forums. You can come in and see what's new and jump right over to that topic as well. So in forums, there's a number when there's a new forum posted. In shared resources, there's a new little number when there's a new shared resource, and you'll see those down under recently added, down here under shared resources. And in webinars, it's referring to the upcoming webinars that you've registered for. So this little 2 icon means I've registered for 2 upcoming webinars. And when you jump over to that, when you are registered for webinars, so if you're not registered for any, you won't see this tab, but if you're registered for upcoming webinars, you'll see them here under the Registered tab. So that's available there for you as well. Rebecca says, is the community available for free access or only paid subscriptions? It's both, Rebecca. So let me jump back under the Schools tab to show you the differences. There's a really nice graphic here of the different types of access. There's the individual basic access where you get access to member connections, resources, discussions, limited access to the live webinars like the one you're in right now, access to the back channel, and some tech support as well. Lots of goodies in there. The individual full access is literally everything inside the site, all of the content, all of the upcoming live sessions, all of the premium resources, the transcripts, certificates of completion. And then beyond that, the only thing beyond that would be some site licensing options. With that administration functionality, you get the, access for multiple teachers. You can create your own custom training inside the site, custom assignment creation. You get administrative reporting and a dedicated account manager. So that's kind of how it's broken down. And again, that's under the Schools tab here at simpleK12.com. Last thing I want to point out before we wrap up is some fun things. We love to have fun while we're learning here at simpleK12.com. So first and foremost, we really focus on, we get serious first. We want to bring in the best subject matter experts available to talk about everything going on in education today. Make sure we're getting you the best information available and that you're learning as quickly and easily as possible. But we don't want to stop there. We want to make sure it's fun and we're having fun while we're learning as well. And that's why we have the badges and the bunny bucks. So to learn more about badges or bunny bucks, simply click on a particular badge or click on the bunny bucks and you can learn how you can earn your points to go up, earn your badges, learn different levels, and then also earn your bunny bucks so that you can redeem those for prizes over inside the Redemption Center. So here on the right-hand side, I'm going to click over to view more. You can see this is a great way to earn while you learn. Have fun while you're learning and then redeem your bunny bucks for prizes over here inside the Redemption Center. You can earn your very own pair of bunny slippers. You can get buttons to share with your friends at school. You can get professional development in your pajamas, t-shirts. There's a Frisbee. Lots of great things you can do over here. And let me tell you, these bunny slippers are comfortable. I recommend them highly. They're also very forgiving in sizes. They're just very comfortable, so you really can't go wrong no matter what size you get. So comfy, and they're usually in short supply, so if you see a pair available inside the Redemption Center, I highly encourage you to snag it, as chances are it's not going to be available for much longer. I also encourage you to follow us over on our social media sites. Here on the right-hand side, you'll see you can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, our blog, or our YouTube channel. If you scroll down here a bit, I also encourage you to take a look at our leaderboard and connect with other members. This way you can learn about some of our leading members here inside the community, connect with them. And you can see Marielle has been very active recently, lots of badges, lots of experience points. And let me see if there's any final things I want to point out here. I'd say final thought to leave you with, I know I mentioned this earlier, but just to reiterate, The search bar here at the top of the site is really going to be your best friend. Don't be afraid to put in a keyword, whatever type of tool that you're interested in or technique or strategy that you've been hearing about lately. Put that into the search bar at the top of the site. We'll get you that information you need on your way to becoming an expert at your school. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining in this hour's webinar. It's really been a pleasure to be here with you all. Thank you so much.